Okay. Council, any final action to report out of closed session?
There's no reportable action.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to item number 2. Clerk, please call that item.
Item number 2 is an update on Sacramento Educational Cable Consortium's application for federal funding from NTIA's Broadband Technology Opportunities Program to expand Sacramento's BestNet infrastructure to elementary schools and select public libraries.
Okay. I think you're going to introduce that, Bob.
Good afternoon. If you recall, earlier this year, I think in March, your commission approved a request by the Sacramento Education Cable Consortium and basically funded matching funds for a grant application for 3 years, $1 million a year for 3 years. And earlier in June, with the budget this year, your board actually authorized out of the PEG fee budget, the first $1 million allocation to this matching funds for this grant. Since then, this grant has been applied for, and today actually we have Liz Rhodes with the SCCC, Philip Arndt with Comcast, and Greg Linder with SCCC, and they're here to update you on the status of this grant application and the future. And with that, I'll turn it over to Liz.
Very good. Yeah, and I got speaker requests for all 3 of those folks, so however you want to conduct the show here, Liz, lead off there.
Together we're doing this. So good afternoon. I'm Liz Rhodes, and Greg Linder, and Philip Arndt. Yeah, we wish we were coming to you with a little better news. There's good news, and as I told Mr. Moran a little earlier, not so good news. I'm not going to say it's bad news, because it's not really. We did very well in the application. We were one of the 25 or 30, and there's a complete report attached to this, of those from the state of California. California thought it was a great proposal, went forward. NTIA we made it into due diligence. We went through hundreds of hours of getting information to them, and we ran into just one little snag at the very end, which we believe is kind of what blocked us. But you know, it happened. So we didn't get the money. But the good news is, and what we're very excited about and continue to be excited about, is that this process put a plan in place that we really didn't have before. Part of the BestNet agreement had always been that we would do elementary schools. We just weren't sure when we were writing that original agreement and putting the original plan out what that would look like. The good news sometimes is when you wait long enough is technology changes and ideas change and how you can do things changes. And this process actually solidified all of that for us. So we feel that we're more than 2/3 of the way up the mountain as far as that is concerned. We also feel that we have a stronger partnership with Comcast. That's why Philip is here today than ever before, and that we're all truly committed to this. And our purpose today is to, talk to you just a little bit about, where we've been and where we're going and where we'd like to continue to go. Is that since we just heard the final announcements were made basically last week on that, so this is pretty quick for us, but we kind of sensed that with that obstacle that we weren't going to make it over the top, is that we've talked to the districts, we've talked to Comcast. Comcast is very supportive of continuing on with elementary schools. We have a plan that says, and I laid it, it's laid out in that document for you, but bottom line is we're going to want to do things a little differently, more efficiently, less costly, but yet providing the same infrastructure and the same capability to all of our elementary schools. And we believe that we can do it within the allotted funds that you had originally set aside or that you made available as match money to the grant. The match coming back, we like to model it after the middle schools and high schools, as we have just successfully completed with them. Is we'd like to be able to continue on, probably not 3 years. We'd like to be able to come back to you and talk to you a little bit about that, but stretch it out a little bit more, maybe 4 to 5 years, and not asking for any additional funding, but being able to go back to the districts and the schools, and Greg can talk to you a little bit about, where